From the Chatterbox Sports Studio in Hamilton, Ohio, this is Not Too Picky with Paul Fritchner.
Good afternoon, everybody. Today is Halloween. Happy Halloween. It's Monday, October 31st, 2022, and it is a big day in the city of Cincinnati, and it's a big day on Not Too Picky because, Casey, we have a countdown clock that's going to pop up somewhere over here in the left side of the show. There it is. 24 minutes and 10 seconds. We're doing today's show on a countdown, rapid fire stuff to get you ready for Monday Night Football, the return of Maction, Monday Misery, Monday Miracles, the weekend recap, and more. So we're not going to spend too long talking about this, but I do want to say, if you're listening now, subscribe to the podcast, Twitter, Facebook, TikTok, Instagram, all that stuff. We're all there. Reed, we had a weekend. College football, we actually did pretty well. I was 4-1 on Saturday. How'd you do?
I went 2-2.
Okay,
so
2-2. All right,
so I actually brought out the bet ledger. And I got really cocky a few weeks ago because I was doing really well, and since I got really cocky, I think I have won 5 of 19 bets. So 5-14 over my last 19 bets, which is not good. But this week, I kind of broke even.
All right.
It's all right. It's okay.
Well, you just start to climb back out of the hole, right? And you're going to have a lot of bets coming up here with college basketball and everything else. The NBA kicking up. The NHL is backing around. We're kicking into high gear here. So here we have a weekend recap. Like I was saying, we had Tennessee. It was funny. I texted somebody right before that Tennessee game, and I said, Tennessee's either going to win by 30 or they're going to lose outright. And, man, if they won by 30 or more, 44-6, I think it was the final score. You see the lines down here for the games for this weekend. I did not put the Tennessee and Georgia score in that because they're not an area team. But Tennessee opened as 12.5-point underdogs to Georgia this weekend at Georgia. That line is already down. Last I checked, it was at 8.5. It had moved 4 points in about 24 hours.
And more surprising than that, I just saw the Kentucky line only 2.5 against Missouri.
Yes.
I know Missouri just came off a big win.
At Missouri, Kentucky minus 2.5, Ohio State minus 38.5, I believe that says. At Northwestern, total in that one 62.5. Bengals 3-point favorites against the Browns. That's been right around 3 or 3.5. Ohio, Max, and we're going to talk about that in a second. Ohio is +3 against Buffalo, and then Cincinnati minus 20.5 against Navy, the triple option. And the other one is Notre Dame and Clemson.
3.5.
Notre Dame, yes, 3.5. And I'm going to give you a stat here to start off the show. When a top 5 team is a favorite of 6 or less, this comes from Cal Sports LV on Twitter. When a top 5 team is a favorite of 6 or less, they are 41.2% against the spread. They're 14-20 since 2017. And in a regular season game, when a top 5 team is a favorite of 6 or less, they're just 9-18 against the spread. So something to keep an eye on for this weekend because we've been talking a lot about that Notre Dame and Clemson game looking at the playoff. Okay, is Clemson going to get a playoff berth? If Clemson's undefeated, you probably can't keep them out of the playoff, even though the general consensus right now is
there's 4 better teams.
They are clearly 4 better teams than an undefeated Clemson team, but I don't think you can keep an ACC undefeated champion out of the playoff. Sucks to say, but that's just how it is right now. But Notre Dame has something to say about that. Notre Dame lost to Stanford. They've lost to Marshall. Had some bad losses this year. Season opening loss to Ohio State, which they kept close. They covered in that game. That was away. That was at Ohio State. But those are some things to keep an eye on early in the week. Go ahead, Reed.
No, it's just that seems on paper. I'm really intrigued to see how that's going to be bet, how the public's going to bet on that ticket versus money because on paper, that seems like a rat line, right? I mean, the undefeated Clemson versus the Notre Dame team that's lost to Marshall, lost to Stanford. Although Notre Dame has seemed to play these good teams very well. Ohio State, Syracuse last week, they easily beat Syracuse. So I'm going to be interested to see which way the public rides that bet.
I'm with you. All right, we have Monday Misery here to start things off. Casey, do we have the music and do we have the bet?
We will in 2 seconds. Here we go.
We have a countdown clock, 20 minutes remaining in today's show if you're listening in podcast form. And if we hit this countdown clock and we're in the middle of a sentence, it's over. We're just going to go off.
It's going to be the end of Sopranos.
Here's Monday Misery. It's a video this week, and it's on one poor soul that bet on Grayson Allen to make the first basket of a game. Throw it on up here. Here it is. So, Grayson Allen with an opportunity. And you just see him go back and forth. I think in this 40 seconds, he has 3 chances. Where is he? He's down in the corner. Wide open. 4-3 for the first basket. Nope. That's a clank. That's right off the rim.
You're good at play-by-play. You should do it.
I've tried it a few times. That's swatted away. So now we still have life. If you're the Bucks, you're coming back the other way. Still have life. Dish it away. No. Where's Grayson? He's on the wing. Let's try it again. No. Clank. Back rim. Oh! The Bucks. They got the ball back. Where's Grayson? Right there. No. Pass it to him. Oh. Disaster.
Tough.
Not great. But that's Monday Misery. And that's just one that it's a 40-some second clip that just rips your heart out if you have Grayson Allen with the first basket. Before we get to Monday Miracles, if you're watching, send us your chat picks for the week. We do have picks that we're going to need to restart this chat streak after we lost the Bucks -2 on Thursday. Actually, Andrew gave us some winners. He gave us Ryan Suckup over 1.5 field goals on Thursday night. That hit, but we had way more suggestions for the Bucks -2, so that's what we went with. Andrew's pick of Suckup 1.5 field goals, that was what hit. Okay, let's take a look at the Monday Miracles.
This all can't be one parlay.
This is one parlay. And so this parlay comes from somebody on Twitter. Now, it hasn't hit yet.
That is incredible.
It hasn't hit yet. It's a 17-leg same-game parlay. I'm not going to read it all out to you. If you're listening in podcast form, just trust me when you see the screen filled up. Go back and watch it on YouTube. There's 17 legs to this, so I'm not going to go through it all. But this screenshot comes from before last night's game. Now, see, the under 46.5, the 2 legs that were pending when I got this was under 46.5 and the Packers and the Bills. That hit because Mason Crosby missed that field goal right there at the end.
Oh.
But the one that's left is Joe Mixon over 63.5
cash out.
rushing yards.
Absolutely.
Got to.
So
it's probably at $60,000 cash out.
$7.77 to pay $124,333.46. The other thing about this, and I saw this somewhere, and I couldn't go back. I don't know where I saw it. Couldn't go back. I saw this parlay. I saw this in a bunch of different places. I'm pretty sure either this guy that put it in or somebody, or he had somebody do it for him, he got married. And so that's why he did 777 was because he was feeling lucky. So it was like I got married, and so he either had somebody put it in or he put it in himself. Either way, a wedding was involved with this parlay, and he was like, I'm going to win $124,000 and get married in the same weekend. So I don't know if he's
got to cash out. He's married now, so the wife is making that decision on what they.
Yeah, 100. But I didn't see a cash out in that ticket either. So I don't know.
Right.
I don't know what the value is.
Well, then you can hedge it, right?
Yeah, you pretty easily could probably hedge that tonight.
But then you've got to somehow muster up $60,000 to hedge that.
I know we're on a bit of a time crunch, but we talk about this quite a bit amongst the three of us. Is that life-changing money? $60,000?
$60,000.
Yeah, like that's life-changing money, right?
So this is where this conversation gets hairy when you talk about life-changing money. Are you going to take that $60,000, retire, and just be done working for the rest of your life? No, absolutely not. Everyone knows that. But $60,000 is certainly going to change your life in a fashion that is going to make you a lot more comfortable, especially depending on. I mean, if you're 60 years old, probably not. But if you're 25 like us, 25, 26, $60,000 is going to give us a jump start in life, like a major jump start.
Yeah, I'd agree. I think for that amount of money, I would probably think about a cash out. Although Joe Mixon tonight with Jamar Chase out.
I can swallow that. I think I can swallow the extra $60,000 that you might miss out on.
Yeah, I think I could, but it's not like the last leg of this is a Hail Mary.
No, you're
like
right.
Joe Mixon very easily could rush for 70 yards tonight. And, in fact, I'm going to talk about that more here in a second when we get to the so flash that up here one more time. We've seen some people jumping in here.
Hang that in the loop.
Flash that up here one more
gorgeous.
time. So Joe Mixon over 63.5 rushing yards. That's what we're working with.
By the way, so you mentioned that he made this for his wedding.
Yeah.
I've seen more and more people that are giving out bet slips as gifts.
Yeah.
I've seen that, and I love that idea.
I do too.
I like that.
Like
I
you go
expect
to
that
a
from you
birthday
guys.
party, you go to a bachelor. I don't know. Whenever you're giving out gifts,
No.
Christmas, you just give like a $50 instead of buying $50. Like here's $55 on the Bengals to cover tonight.
I love that.
Casey-
I 100% want that.
Reed and I will cook you up a parlay for your wedding
June.
in June.
I will be betting every.
it'll be a major league.
It'll be
We'll give you the
it'll be
major league
good.
parlay of the day.
Yes.
That's going to be the one game it hits, too.
And
Well,
all the
that'd be
profit will
awesome.
go to Casey.
Wouldn't that be something? We'd have to
You
go to
could
the
take a little
We'd
tax.
have to go to the BA right after your wedding.
All right, it's pretty close. He's down there in Northern Kentucky.
Yep, all there in
Yeah.
Sydney.
All right, let's pull up the second one. Not as many legs, but about a quarter of the pay. A 2-touchdown parlay. Alvin Kamara, A.J. Brown, Jalen Waddle.
Did DH score twice? Did that hit?
He did, and he cashed out.
Oh, he cashed
That's
out.
He did.
That's
So
tough.
he took the 2,815 or whatever it is as the cash out. He did take that. So this ended up hitting. It would have been a $25,359.75. That would have been what our good friend here would have cashed had he not cashed out. But Derrick Henry, and he pretty easily scored those
25
2 touchdowns, too.
grand,
All right.
not life-changing
This
money.
is
Yeah, I mean,
I'm out.
at my stage, yeah, you're getting close though.
Right.
You're kind of like right on the edge of it.
Here's my last interjection before we go, because I'm new to betting, right?
Yep.
Sling it our way.
The cash out, is there a certain time? Like, does he have to do it before the game starts?
They will actively update
Yeah.
the cash out depending on how likely the legs are to hit.
You know what it's like? It's like deal or no deal. It's like deal or no deal. The value of the cash out depends on.
So if Joe Mixon, if you ride this bet through the first quarter and Joe Mixon has 40 rushing yards in the first quarter, that cash out's no longer 60 grand. It's more closer going to be to 100.
Gotcha. Okay.
But if he also has a first quarter where he has 3 rushing yards, that cash out's going from 60 grand down to like 15.
So he could have waited and watched.
potentially, but you can't always guarantee that a site
Sure.
is going to give you a cash out option. Because sometimes with different bets, they don't give you that option, or it locks or something happens. So you can't always guarantee that you're going to have that available to you. So,
Gotcha.
So yes, so that's what it is. Trace Fowler checking in. Trace, hope you're feeling better. Hope you're feeling better. Okay, we have, how much time do we have left here? Under 12 minutes.
All right,
I like
that's right.
this. I
This is
like
right.
this. I
It's on the
like this
crunch.
countdown. I think we're gonna keep this going.
You got it. We don't get timeouts either.
No,
Like,
no
you gotta
timeouts,
get
no
the snap
commercials.
off.
I
Gotta
like
get the
this.
snap off.
I like this a lot. We got some people watching here on YouTube. You can see that the show has 11:38 and counting left. We're gonna do Maction before we get to the Bengals. Read Maction. Go.
Maction. All right. So let me get these.
Here,
these
wait.
spreads up.
Yes, before you do that.
Just fire them off at me,
Okay.
and I'll tell you who I want and why I want it.
Okay. Tomorrow night we have 4 Maction games this week. 2 tomorrow, 2 on Wednesday. Tomorrow night, Tuesday night, Ball State and Kent State. That's at Kent State. Kent State minus 6.5. Total 62. Read.
Kent State to cover by 6.5. Mariana Mouse, formerly Gordon, went to Kent State for 1 semester. She tells everyone she went to Kent State. She went to college for a semester, but that's where she went.
Okay, 6.5, a touchdown for Kent State. Buffalo and Ohio. We've been riding the Ohio train all season. I'm not going to stop now. At home, Ohio's +3 at home in a game potentially for first place in the MAC. Total's 58.5. If you want to take the +3, if you're getting the points, Reed, you like to take the points when you get them, especially as an underdog. You did that in the Super Bowl. I took the Bengals on the money line in the Super Bowl. You took the points. You had a slightly more enjoyable Super Bowl viewing experience than I did. The Ohio Bobcats tomorrow. I'll take them out right on the money line at home.
I'll take the Bobbies +3. My coworker went to Ohio University, so that's why. Go Tom.
Okay. On Wednesday night, Western Michigan and Bowling Green. Bowling Green minus 3.5. Total is 47. Bowling Green. Any thoughts on Bowling Green and Western Michigan?
Bowling Green, give me them -3.5 because when I went to Bluffton University, that's where we'd go to party. It'd be a 50-minute drive, and we went up there, and that's how boring Bluffton was. We would drive 50 minutes to go out to bars.
Okay. I like Bowling Green in that one too. I like them to cover the 3.5. I always like the overs in these Maction games. Sometimes it gets ugly and you get frustrated because all of a sudden you're sitting there on a Tuesday or a Wednesday night and you're thinking to yourself, "Oh man, what was I doing? Why why was I betting an over in this game when these guys don't even know what's going on or why they can't score points? But I just love something about grinding out a 58-point over on a Tuesday night in November. It's great. One more action game, Central Michigan and Northern Illinois. Northern Illinois -4, total is 55.5.
My favorite team's the Chicago Cubs. They play in Northern Illinois, so give me Northern Illinois -4. I picked 4 games, and none of it's about the football.
Northern Illinois, I actually, for the football, I like them too, but I was going to give a bunch of reasons.
None beat mine.
I frankly don't have the time because we only have 9 minutes left. You're just going to have to trust us on
rolling.
that one.
25 minutes. That is
25-minute show. And you know what? We've had more comments in this show than we've had in a while, so maybe this is checking out. Less than 9 minutes to go in the show, and we're going to go into Bengals and the Browns. Again, we need a chat pick for the show. The only chat selection so far is the Bengals -3.
And Notre Dame and Clemson.
Notre Dame, Clemson.
Yes, but we're gonna save that one for Thursday. We need a chat pick that happens before Thursday's show. Preferably something on the Bengals game tonight. All right, Bengals and Brownies. We've been talking about it for 8 straight days. It's become more of a shtick around this office than anything else.
We do
Bengals,
like sticky.
Bengals -3 right now at -120 on DraftKings.
Yep.
I think on FanDuel it's at 3.5, but less juice. Browns at +3. That's at +100. I said the final score was going to be 23-20 Bengals, but that I liked the Bengals odds to cover or win by more than 3 more than I liked the Browns odds to cover, even though I'm going to say that the spread is at 23-20. Does that explanation make any sense in the world to you?
Not at all.
Okay,
I
didn't
like that
it
at all.
sounded way better in my head.
Let's go through some props before we get to the game line.
Yeah, okay. Yes.
Casey,
did you have anything you wanted to?
Yeah,
I think you have at least one thing you want to say about the Browns tonight, right?
Yeah.
What did you want to say about the Browns?
The Browns stink. They just stink.
Yes,
They're terrible.
I like it.
They stink.
All right.
Okay.
All right. You know who doesn't stink? Myles Garrett. And you can get pretty much even money on him to record a sack, a full sack.
Yep.
He's got to get over 0.7.5, so he's got to get a full sack. I like that bet a lot. I've bet a premier pass rusher to get a sack on the Bengals one time this year, and that was Micah Parsons, and it hit like the 3rd play of the game. So I'm plus money on those kinds of bets. So give me Myles Garrett to record a sack. I also
-105.
-105, so almost even money. Got to pay a little bit of juice. I like Nick Chubb to score at some point in this game. Anytime touchdown score, -120 on that juice. But I like Nick Chubb to score. I think that, with Jacoby Brissett being out and Nick Chubb, who, some will stand on the mound and say he's the best running back in the NFL. I like him to get in the end zone at least once.
Yep.
-20, I'll pay that juice.
I will also do the same with Joe Mixon. I think both running backs score a touchdown in this game.
Okay. He's actually got more juice for him to score than Nick Chubb, I think.
I'm seeing it both at -120.
Okay. Well,
but I didn't, in your defense,
which is intriguing.
Those odds have changed. Right now, they're both at -120.
Okay.
But you were right. You were right. They've updated.
Joe Mixon had more juice, which is interesting because the Bengals have so many more weapons.
How much time we got here? 6 minutes?
6 minutes. All right. I got one more prop.
Okay.
And that is I like Joe Burrow. And this leads into if the Bengals are going to have success, I think it's going to be a lot of it. I know some people are saying Joe Mixon's going to be a big part of this. I still like Joe Burrow to throw 265 yards.
Over 265 yards tonight. Now,
264.5. If the weather's bad, I'm not betting it. I'm not pulling the trigger.
Yeah, all right, let's do it. Let's do a live check of the weather. We talked a lot about the weather on Thursday and how the weather was shaping up in Cleveland. Now, I do pay for the 196-hour extended forecast on weather.com.
That's good stuff.
Just for situations like this from Thursday's show. Now we have it on Monday's show. It's only an 8-hour heads up, and right now we're only 6 hours away from kickoff, and guess what? There's no more rain in the forecast in Cleveland tonight. It's going to be 63 degrees and mostly cloudy. Dry night, which doesn't exactly favor the narrative or the thought that we had over the weekend when we thought it was going to be pouring down rain. The rain is holding off until midnight. Go ahead, Casey.
Repeat that whole thing again one more time, just so I have it here. I'm going to throw it up on a graphic real quick.
The weather?
No, the parlay.
Oh, this isn't a parlay.
Oh, no. This isn't a parlay. No.
These are just
we're
bets.
scrapping we've run out of time for the parlay.
No parlay.
We might have to check. I
need a Casey prop though. I do need a Casey prop.
We're gonna
You've got 4 minutes.
Sportsbook.draftkings.com. Find us a prop. for this game.
Casey's not going to know how to navigate.
Oh,
that
please!
website.
I wish.
God.
You know what I wish we could do right
don't
now
have
is
4 years.
pull Casey's screen up here onto the screen and watch him try to navigate the sportsbook site on DraftKings.com. Oh, here's one from Sir Boy Wonder.
Ooh,
I actually love this. I love this. Phillies plus 1.5.
There's baseball going on tonight. I will not watch a single basketball or a single play of that basketball game.
The basketball game?
You're catching on. That's good pigskin.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't think I'm not going to watch a single pitch of that game.
I may turn it on at halftime if it's close.
You guys are both Bengals fans. I've got to apologize. I'm not doing my part. We got 4 minutes.
Okay.
I'm not going to the Avenue tonight.
Oh, no. Oh my God.
I'm not doing my part.
Why?
I
What are you doing? What could be more important? Oh, yeah, I know what you're doing.
I actually got a prop for you.
Casey,
well, hold on. I got to know what's
Sir
going on
Boy
with the
Wonder, I
Avenue.
was doing a bit with the basketball thing, by the way. I didn't play it very well. But Casey, why am I not going to the
why
Avenue?
did I not go to the Avenue?
So I've got to do trick-or-treating at my wife's
What are you
grandma's
going
house. And then when I come back, I'm going to my friend's house. That's where we're going to watch the game, not the Avenue. But I'll have all the same cast of characters that I normally go to the Avenue with.
Okay.
So it'll be all right. Casey, what's the prop?
Over 3.5 receptions for Hayden Hurst at minus 145.
Over 1.5 receptions?
Or-
He's got
no,
3.5.
3.5.
He needs
He's gotta
four.
catch 4.
He needs 4 catches.
I liked him to score the first touchdown for some weird reason.
Oh, first touchdown.
not bad.
We haven't done a first touchdown bet. How
It
much
is
time we got?
14
Less than 3 minutes.
14 to 1 for him to score the first touchdown.
14 to 1.
If
Okay.
if you want a big, obviously that's incredibly improbable. I mean, he's like the 7th most likely odds. But if you want a big 14 to 1 payout, I like him more than even Kareem Hunt or Mike Thomas. I like how it is. DraftKings is saying it's more likely that the Bengals defense scores a touchdown over Jacoby Brissett.
Okay.
The first touchdown.
All right. Let's do it quick. 2.5 minutes left. We got to go. We got to get through this. Bengals and the under for me. Reed. Totals at 45 right now. I think 23-20 is a good score. 24-20 is what we picked on the show earlier. Kind of as a group. Tom had 24-20. I had 23. We kind of settled in that range. Casey, you had like 31. I'll let you say that in a second. Reed.
I've been talking about this game all week. You guys have been calling them stinky. I've been saying from the get-go that the Bengals do not match up well against the Browns. This was when I thought that Logan Wilson wasn't going to play. And then I was saying Myles Garrett, premier pass rushing against this Bengals offensive line. That's going to be a serious case. So I thought we were going to get a bunch of rushing yards. Logan Wilson's back, so I've come back on that a little bit. Also, this is a weird take that I've had. Jamar Chase being hurt is going to help the Bengals because it's going to give them a little more fight. I truly think that if Jamar Chase was playing today, the Bengals were just going to walk in there and expect to win because they are the superior roster. They've played better as of late, and the Browns are resting on their laurels. But with Jamar Chase being out, I'm taking the Bengals -3.
Casey, 80 seconds left in the show. Bring us home.
And I am also taking the Bengals. I'm taking them 34-21. I think they're going to be able to put up a 30-point burger on these Browns just for the same exact reason you said. Without Jamar Chase,
They're going to have a little more fight. The spookiness isn't so spooky.
They're going to pass the ball around a little bit more to all their targets. Hayden Hurst, I'm looking at you. I think you might actually get the 3.5 reception mark.
Okay.
All right.
Casey's prop. I got to bet it. I'll always bet Casey's prop.
All right. We're going to start keeping this. I love this countdown thing. This is
Yes.
awesome. We're going to keep
50
this on the
seconds.
show going forward. This is great. And what we're going to do is we're going to find a little bell or
Homer
something
show.
to play with 1 minute
Kitchen
to go.
time. Kitchen
Where-
time.
No, I'll just bring a bell and I'll start ringing it with 1 minute to go. That's what we're going to do. That'll happen on Thursday. Okay. Any closing thoughts? Go.
Bengals by 9 day. Who day? Go to the Avenue if you can.
Casey?
Who day? Let's get this dub.
All right. Thanks to everybody for. Oh, wait. We need a chat pick.
Chat pick. You
Philly-
guys
wait,
got 20
wait,
seconds.
come on.
20 seconds.
All right,
Come on.
subscribe-
The next pick.
Subscribe
The
on
next pick.
subscribe on Twitter, Facebook, YouTube, all the Apple
Guys, come
Podcasts,
on.
all the places. We got 10 seconds.
15 seconds.
Bengals -3 or Phillies? Bengals -3 or Phillies? Come on. 8 seconds. Bengals -3 or Phillies? Browns +3. No. Bengals -3. That's the chat pick. See you guys.